fast. What's going on, guys? I'll be doing a little cleanup of the Evo. Got a bunch of parts to show you, so I'll go ahead and take you inside and we'll get started. Alright guys, back in the house. I'll go ahead and prop the camera up so you guys get a good look at all the stuff that I have. Alright guys, first item we have is something from Y Titanium. This is actually a Russian company. I've had this for a couple months, and funny enough, I think JDC just released their version of it this week, so kind of ironic. But what these are, they are axle nuts. And not only are they titanium, but they are perfectly matched to my current wheels. So I'll go ahead and show you what they look like on the outside, but I'll just bust one of them out. And the packaging on this thing is truly phenomenal. As you can tell, there it is, all titanium, and it's the perfect match for the color of my wheels. Just to show you how far these things came from, look at all those stamps. And he purposely did this to avoid crazy shipping costs. But this is crazy, man. That's how far these things came from. I'm really, really happy with these though. I think you guys will be as well. So stay tuned. I'll be throwing them on. So no more nasty, rusty axle nuts. This is a perfect solution for those of us that are rocking the SLs and don't really have a solution for caps, even though there technically is one. However, this cleans it up just as fine. And I like the aggressive look of not having a center cap. All right guys, I got a lot of parts to unveil to you, so I'm gonna do it quickly to try to save time. But here you go. This is the first thing. This is the JDC hood prop. And of course it's in that brushed titanium color, just to match everything else that I have. All right, next up we got the JDC dipstick handle in that brushed finish. Now that I have it, I wish I would have ordered. I didn't know there was an option for the whole dipstick, but it looks like I'm gonna have to take my dipstick apart. And then over here I have a little nut, and this is where the intercooler sits. That's what that's for. For those that are wondering, I'll go ahead and list it. I think it's an M8, but I'll go ahead and list it down so you guys know which one it is. So that's that. All right, next up, this is to hold the fuel rail, and it's of course in that brushed color, just like everything else. And then these bottom pieces right here are a new solution to basically the plastic clips that hold on to the radiator shroud. So I'm gonna go ahead and try these. I'm hoping they work out, but I was a little bit sketched in the beginning, so hopefully they work out, but that's what these are. All right, next up we have, this is for the bottom of the hood, and basically the hinges that hold on to the hood. This is the replacement of the bolts for those. Actually, pretty excited about these. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Some of these I've had for so long that I truly forgot what they were for. I can't recall what these are for. Actually, none of these, to be honest. But I'll have to look in my email and see. I'll go ahead and list what everything is, but that's what they are. As you can tell, we're doing a lot. We got a lot of stuff here. And this is the ones that I used to check to see if the one on the intercooler fits. So that's what this is. But these are for, man, I can't even remember what these are for as well. But just know that we already have a shit ton of JDC bolts, but we're pretty much finishing everything up, and that's what these are for. All right, next up, one thing that I've never seen anybody else do, and this is for the brake fluid reservoir, and I think this is so cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is completely unnecessary and quite expensive, so I don't recommend you buy this, but it's just one of those things where I saw it and I was just like, man, I gotta have that. And it's so cool to have something so sturdy and titanium and such a, I don't know, it's just a different piece. I've never seen anybody do this. So shout out to JDC for this. All right, next piece is from RK Titanium, and this is pretty cool. It is a heat shield for the power steering little area, and it covers all that stuff up. Of course, it's in that brushed titanium finish, just like everything else I have. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to install because of the external wastegate. So I'm probably gonna need Rodney's help to do this. He's already tracking this. He does not like this piece, but I don't care. I think it's a really beautiful piece. All right, next up we have some more RK Titanium stuff, and I've had this for a very long time. This is for the fuse cover. So this is the fuse box cover, and double-sided tape, and right there, of course, it's in that same brushed finish, just like everything else I have. This is way before anybody else had this on the market. I'm actually upset that now all these companies have this and I never got a chance to rep it with the original company that made it. So that's that. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're getting a little bougie with the Evo, but that's okay. You know, shit happens, and I'm trying to clean this car up. This is not titanium, however, it is an engine bay piece, and it's a fuel pressure gauge. And as you can tell, it's kind of in the same finish. I don't like the current one that I have right now, which is a flat black. I don't like it at all. So this should clean up that look pretty well. And this is from Aeromotive. All right, next up is one that I'm truly excited about. It's not titanium, it's actually an OEM piece. However, it's gonna clean the engine bay up so much. Right next to the little power steering area, there's a cover there, and it's so beat up. It's such an eyesore, guys. Honestly, I have all this fancy titanium stuff, and I'm just glad I was able to get this. I didn't even know they made this, and I'll go ahead and unbox it so you guys, or unbag it so you guys can see the part number. But this is something I'm truly excited about. All right, guys, here it is. This is the part number. It's a timing cover, and there it is, so you guys can see. And as you can tell, it's already beat up from factory. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and mask some of this stuff off and go ahead and paint it. I'm gonna use some high heat paint just to kind of clean it up some, even though it is brand new, but as you can tell, Mitsubishi quality is not the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it real quick. Last but not least, I'm gonna do brand new V-band clamps just to clean everything up. The current ones are pretty rusty, and I'm redoing pretty much all of them. And then I'm also gonna check for a boost leak because the car just doesn't feel as powerful. So that's it for everything. All right, guys, here's everything completely laid out on the table. Got absolutely everything. I'm not gonna go ahead and bore you with what I use to clean the engine bay or clean the engine bay. You guys have already seen in a previous video, so I'll go ahead and link that above. But everything's laid out. Don't worry too much about this. I gotta clean this up with some alcohol and stuff. It doesn't like fingerprints. None of this stuff does. So there's everything. Of course, we got the Mona Lisa up top and some older stuff that's already been on the car. Got these two things, everything else. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm really anxious to clean this thing up. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just ready to do it.
2,000 years later.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We got everything installed, and rather than doing a cinematic for everything, which I'm not very good at, I'd rather just show you real time how everything kind of turned out. And starting with this plate right over here. This thing was a major pain, as you saw in the video, because we had to literally remove the wastegate. And I had to kind of bend it in place a little bit, just because it was touching the manifold at one point. So that's why it's got that kind of weird angle, but as you can tell, it doesn't touch, but it's like on there perfectly. So that's that. Moving back towards the firewall, we of course got that titanium dipstick from JDC. It was just a handle. If I had to do it all over again, I would definitely order the whole thing. It wasn't too difficult. I just didn't enjoy beating the shit out of my dipstick to try to get that little piece out. So they do have a full one, and then got the titanium prop. This was a big eyesore, so now that it's there, it's pretty clean. And small little tidbits here and there. We got obviously this from RK Titanium. We got the beautiful cap which serves literally no purpose. It's a brake reservoir cap, and I got that gauge. That gauge really cleans everything up. And then I went ahead and replaced all the T-bolt clamps. I don't know if you'll be able to see down there, but I also replaced those. And I actually ended up using some bolts. I spent a lot of time kind of touching up things, and I also had a little OEM paint pen, which I used in certain little spots just to kind of clean up certain areas. I'll show you a quick one here, which, I mean, you can still tell that it was done, but looked better than what it did. It's 2 scratches there. Not sure how that even happened. Must have happened when the car was at a shop somewhere. But I ended up doing some things here and there. If you're able to see that titanium bolt straight ahead, I just happened to have an extra titanium bolt from JDC that fit on there. And then little things. I was not able to utilize the little kit that's supposed to hold this down. It just doesn't fit. So what I ended up doing is I actually used those bolts and that hardware. I don't know if you could tell straight through, but this was another eyesore, and I used that to replace that. And then there, as you can tell, is that extra bolt that I ordered to hold the intercooler. Apologize for the road nose, guys. Must be a busy time. But anyways, taking you over here. These are all bolts that I've replaced within the past year. And as you can tell, it's quite a bit. Like a lot of stuff that's been replaced or taken off on this car. So these things, man, this is the stuff right here that makes all the difference, because it just little by little. And the crazy thing is, as you replace one thing, you end up reaching another level, and then you get another eyesore. The biggest eyesore for this whole engine bay was actually this plate right over here. So yeah, we're at a good spot right now. Really digging how the engine is looking. The last little bit that I need to do is I obviously need to stop somewhere and get some of these plugs to hold that down. But this is something I've been meaning to do. It's the top of the struts. I just don't want to mess with the alignment. That's why I don't want to take them off. So once I get to a point where the car's gonna get realigned, I actually have new bolts for this, JDC bolts, and then I'm gonna clean this up. I might even paint it. So that's really the only last thing that I can think of. Once again, this is not supposed to be a show car. This is my interpretation of a really clean street car. And I think we've reached it. I went ahead and polished the radiator as well. But everything's looking good, guys. I actually got a photo shoot here in the next hour, so the pictures should come out pretty well. I'll go ahead and post some of those shots. Hopefully it's a good turnout, but everything's looking good, guys. I'm really happy how things turned out. A couple little bolts that I didn't mention right over there for the map sensor and the throttle cable. I'm gonna get in there and brush that to kind of clean it up a little bit. I was able to clean that up for the power steering just a bit. This camera's not wanting to focus, but there you go. And now that we have that new bracket right there, I was able to actually fit another nut in there. And yeah, really happy how everything turned out. So it's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this and everything. Oh, one last thing, almost forgot. You have it, guys. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I'm gonna head out and get these pictures taken. So take it easy, and I appreciate you joining me on this journey. I'm out. Peace.